Chapter 6. Elsa Parker. The mysterious girl. I'll get to her somehow. I'm gonna work with her, which means I'll get to see her. But then she selects the clients she wants to meet. Or else she sends her VP for the rest. The auction starts. And I've my eyes on the vacation in Miami. The first item on auction is the Sakura wine. $550. $1,200. $1,800. $5,000. $6,000. $6,000. 1, 2, and 3. The wine goes to the young man in white jacket, Mr. Lawrence. Next is the Cartier diamond necklace. $10,000. $18,000. $27,000. $30,000. Said Karina. 30 grands. 1, 2, and 3. The necklace goes to the beautiful lady in black. She swipes the card given by me. See, baby, I brought your money to good use. I forced a smile. One thing after another was auctioned. But the most awaited time came. The Miami vacation. $15,000. $20,000. $50,000, I said. Make it 51. 53. 60, I shouted. 65, a female voice. 75. It was between the two of us now. 80, she shouted. 100, I did. The crowd roared. 102, she did. What? This is crazy. She won't let it go. Neither I will. 104, I shouted. 106. $120,000. 1, 2, and 3. The family vacation in the paradise, Miami, goes to the man in blue tuxedo, who has donated a generous amount of $120,000. A round of applause for him. I looked at the lady. She wore a red dress and a silver mask. She smiled and applauded. As our eyes met, she showed me a thumbs-up sign. And I grinned like a fool. Who's she? She has a beautiful smile. Well, friends, the auction isn't over yet. Now we have the weekend offer at Lake Tahoe. $50,000, said the same lady in red dress. Whoa, the lady's on fire. 50 grands, 1, 2, and 3. The gorgeous lady in red wins it smoothly. The offer is for a couple. Would you like to take me, miss? Everyone laughed. But for some reason, I felt like punching him. Next we have is an adoption round from the pet shelter, named the Speechless. First of all, we have Abby. Abby is a 3-month-old Labrador. She is black in color, and is very cute and healthy. $2,000. $7,000. $10,000. Abby goes to the lady in golden mask. Oh, that's Mrs. Spencer. Mom never got me a pet. How come she decided to adopt one? I looked at Mom. She gave me a sheepish grin. Aloe is a 5-month-old beagle. She's brown and white in color. $8,000. Sold. After a few more auctions, the MC announced. Now, we have a twin offer, 2 newborn golden retrievers. $15,000. The charming smiler said. $16,000. Said Karina, do you really want them? I asked Karina, I want to gift those to you. She answered. No need. $20,000. 1, 2, and sold out. The lady in red is going with a lighter purse tonight. She giggled. Next. We have his Cole. Cole is a white retriever. He is 4 months old. $6,000, I said. The dog goes to the man in blue. That was the last auction for today. Now, we'd like to invite everyone for the ball. I held Karina and moved towards the dance floor. Showtime, Ryan. All the couples stood in a circle and started as Sweet Caroline was played. I held Karina close, swiftly making smooth moves of foxtrot. She wasn't that bad, but it was a little difficult for her to keep up with me. The song ended, and the next song was played, which was Watch Me. In this song, partners started rotating. I danced with my mom. She's a graceful dancer. She taught me dancing. I enjoyed dancing with her. Then the partners changed. I danced with my sister. She looked lovely in a blue short dress. She giggled and squealed as I lifted her and turned. Then I danced with a lady in white. Then a sense of déjà vu struck me. That smell. The girl in Miami. Our partners changed. And I had her in my arms. The same girl. The one in red dress. Were both the same? I don't think so. Maybe they used the same perfume. She danced beautifully, matching each and every step of mine. Her smile was mesmerizing. I was lost in her hazel eyes, behind her silver mask. Every twist and turn of hers was breathtaking. And her fragrance was intoxicating. I felt like losing myself in some beautiful abyss. She was like an angel. I could see part of her cleavage. Through the keyhole dress she was wearing, she had perfect tits. And her hips looked amazing in that dress. I could feel the strain in my pants. Her smooth milky skin, I didn't feel like leaving her. The partners changed, and the smell got fainter. She was lost in the crowd, and I stood there, lost in dreamland. Ryan, can you hear me? Karina shouted. Oh yes, I'd like to leave. Okay, just give me a minute. Who is she? No doubt she's the same girl from Miami. I need to find her. I looked for her. Only in vain. I couldn't find her. I kissed Mom and Dad a goodbye. I hugged my little sister. Rose gifted me the bottle of Encantador she won at auction. We left the hotel arm in arm. I sent my driver with my mom and drove it. In the car, Karina started playing with my crotch. I let a grunt out. Hungry woman. She smirked at me and bit my earlobes. I took her home. As we entered the living room of my condo, I grabbed her ass and kissed her voraciously, without leaving her lips. I pushed her towards my bedroom. With one swift movement, I unzipped her gown, which pulled down her feet. She didn't wear a bra and was just in a black thong and killer heels. She looked sexy. Losing all my control, I stripped myself naked and kissed her body. I went down on her and smelled her thongs. They smelled amazing, and her panty was soaking. Sliding my fingers in her underwear, I fingered her pussy. She whimpered. She spread her legs apart, but I stopped when she was about to come. Then I went upwards and sucked her nipples. I tore her thongs and dug my face between her legs. I licked her pussy and made her come. As she came, I inserted my manhood inside her and fucked her slowly. I started increasing the pace and pounded her hard. Oh yeah, baby. Harder, baby. You want it harder? You get it. We fucked. And then we slept. Chapter 7. Char. Why'd you donate so much to stay in your own hotel? Asked Mum. I was just competing to raise the bid. Everyone over here belongs to rich family. Money is not an issue. So why not donate generously? Oh Char, you are witty. In the pet auction, I got 2 retrievers. I was thinking about getting a pet, and this was the right opportunity to grab on. I'll collect them from the shelter tomorrow. The party was pretty good. A 7-course meal was set up. First, the guests were welcomed with virgin mojitos, Blue Lagoon, Bloody Mary mocktails, Oreo and Kit Kat shakes, Chardonnay, Deutz, with assorted mini tas, dry fruits. The second, third, and the 4th course were served during the auction. Those were entrees of different cuisines. First of all, mushroom bruschetta was served along with mini margarita pizza. Third course consisted of manchow soup and momos. 4th course consisted of assorted kebabs marinated in Indian spices, served with green mint chutney. Then all the couples were invited for dance. A tall man in black tuxedo and black and gold mask approached me for dance. I accepted it because I love dancing. My forte is salsa, but I could foxtrot as well. His name for Leo Moranzi. He's French. He had an attractive French accent. He's a cardiologist by profession and owns a hospital in Manhattan. You're beautiful, ma dame. You don't look bad yourself. Merci Belle. I smiled at him. By the way, what is your name? Charlotte. Our partners changed. I danced my heart out. I was enjoying. But my heartbeat started racing when I was in his arms. He is tall and well-built. He had a sexy jawline. I wanted to kiss it for some reason. He looked at me. His gaze made me nervous. He is a marvelous dancer. The way he moved with me was impressive. But the moment was short, and the partners changed. And then Mom pulled me along with her to meet someone special. I was surprised to see her. Professora. Hello, Elsa. Professora Mariana Antonio was my mentor at Harvard. She's my inspiration. She owns a club at Portugal now. We chatted for long. She is here for the management workshop and youth parliament, which is to be held tomorrow. The main course and dessert was served. It consisted of enchiladas, chicken lasagna, pan-seared salmon with kale, sweet and sour pork ribs with Bartolino, Marsan, Fiano, Pinot Noir, Chianti, Calvados. It was the right destination for alcohol lovers. Our wine cellars were full of the best variety of wines, rum, brandy. And then the dessert was served. They had blueberry cheesecake, twilight dessert, French silk brownie, passion fruit tart, caramel custard pie, and kiwi ice cream. Professora was staying in the same hotel, so we called it a night and slept. The next day, I woke up and wore a pink bikini and relaxed in the jacuzzi, enjoying the New York skyline. I ordered waffles and chocolate syrup, along with some orange juice for breakfast. After my breakfast, I took a shower and got dressed in a pair of white shorts and red top. I went out for shopping. I bought a few work clothes and shoes. I also bought a few summer dresses and comfy nightwears. I bought a bag for Christina. I bought handmade cookies from Amelia's. Amelia's is a small bakery which is run by Amelia Sanders. She is 56 and is very passionate about bakery. She is my mother's friend. Whenever we visit New York, we buy stuffs from her shop. Then I went to the speechless shelter to get my pups. It is a wonderful place. They take good care of animals. I entered the nursery and looked at my pups. They were having buttermilk with other puppies. I tickled the taller one. She looked at me. Then her brother looked at me. The caretaker carried them, and put them in a basket, and handed me. I brought them along with me to the hotel. In the hotel I released them in the balcony. The balcony was well bounded. They ran and played around with each oat, or while I was busy with other chores. I packed my stuff, and changed my clothes. Mom would stay here for Omega's luncheon, and picnic. I had a meeting next morning, so I had to leave. I asked for the help, for carrying my luggages, to the cab. Before leaving the room, I fed pedigree to the puppies. And then, I laid them on the new cushion basket I bought for them. They settled there comfortably. Then I checked out from the hotel finally. Maybe they were tired, so they slept throughout the 3.5-hour plane ride. Instead of going home, I left for my condo. I had already asked Dad to move my stuff to my condo, and Maria had got it arranged. David had come to receive me. When I arrived home, I could smell some good food. I realized that I was famished. Coco had cooked rice, chicken soup, and chicken stew. I had some stew, and rice, and lots of soup. Coco and David had dinner with me. I fed the pups with stew and rice mix. They were hungry as well, and finished their food quickly. Coco got everything washed. David locked the doors and balcony. I changed into my night dress, and all of us retired to our rooms. I bought a small doghouse for my pups. I installed beds for them inside it. It was kept in a small room beside my room. The condo has 6 bedrooms, with attached bathroom, a guest room, a storeroom, and a huge balcony, along with living room and kitchen. Then I changed into my negligee and slept as soon as I fell on the bed. Chapter 8. She moved her hips seductively in a serpentine manner. She whirled around with the music. I stood there gaping at the goddess dancing in front of me. Oh Jesus! I gasped. Dance with me, please. She accepted it and started dancing with me, matching every move of mine. Her mermaid-like red dress enhanced her beauty. I kissed her neck and bit it. She smelled awesome. Then my phone started ringing. I held it, and no one replied, but it didn't stop ringing. I opened my eyes to see it was my 6 o'clock alarm. I had Karina in my arms. Who is she? I need to find her. Mom would know who she was? Good morning, Ryan, said Karina groggily. Morning, beautiful. She giggled. Go get ready, and I'll get some breakfast for us. I'd like my breakfast on bed, she said, and held my wood and started sucking it. Whoa! You're full of surprises. I swatted her behind. She moaned. After our little morning session, I took a shower and got ready for office. I'll have to ask Mom about this girl. I wore a blue shirt and gray pants. I got my laptop packed. I had a long day ahead. Karina wore a sexy olive dress. This girl drives me crazy. I'll have to control my urges. I'll call her after for a quickie. I drove the Audi SUV to my office, and asked my driver to drop her in Mercedes. The noisy office calmed as I entered. Everyone wished me morning, I wished them back. I asked Mrs. Serio to appoint a new secretary for me, perhaps a man. I was reading a file when Melanie Sanders, my chief architect, came in. She was here to get the blueprints of the retired people housing project approved. We aim to make low-cost houses for the people who have retired from work. Also, the Hawaii project motivates me to make this eco-friendly as well. We discussed and made changes. She went, and I noticed that we discussed for 2 hours. I had to make a Skype call to Han. Well, I will do that later. It was 11:36 by my watch. Maybe I should text Karina. Are you free at 1 p.m.? K, I'll be done with the shoot by 12 p.m. Have lunch with me. K, are you asking me out? No probs if you're taking it that way. We'll pick you up at 12:40 p.m. then. I'll take her to an authentic Thai restaurant I know. They make awesome food. I read and signed a few documents. I reached her workplace by 12:40 p.m. and was waiting for her. She had changed clothes. She wore a pink dress. She looked pretty. She took the date thing seriously. I played along. I opened the door for her like a gentleman and took her to Fortune Towers, where this place known as Yim is. It is run by a friend of mine. I met him in Japan in an exchange program by my uni. I helped him set up this authentic Thai restaurant, and he's doing really well. Zon Kyo now lives in Toronto where he is busy setting up another restaurant. Welcome Mr. Spencer, said the manager. Hello. Has Zien come today? She did, sir, but she went out for meeting just a while ago. Zon Zien is Kyo's sister. She is taking care of the place in Kyo's absence. The usual table, sir? Yes, please. Kimono, please. Show sir and ma'am the way to the terrace. The restaurant is beautiful, Karina said. Their rooftop section is prettier. Come. She gasped as she saw it. It was really beautiful and the weather was on my side. It was gently breezy. We sat comfortably. What would you like to have, sir? Kimono asked, as she handed us the menu cards. Without looking into it, I ordered tom yum gung, yam one sem kung, and some kamikaze. What would you like to have, ma'am? Thai green curry and rice with chardonnay. I'll get them in some time. Have a nice day. As soon as she left, I pulled her to my lap and kissed her shoulders, her neck. I pressed her boobs and could feel her nipples harden. My other hand found its way through her dress, and I was shocked to see that she didn't wear an underwear. You're getting mischievous day by day. I fingered her pussy and played with it. I made her come. She was panting when we heard the footsteps, and she got off my lap and sobered up. Kimono was back with our lunch. We both ate our food in silence. The salad was amazing with juicy prawns. Karina had a few spoons of her curry, and was full. I don't like wastage of food at all. That irritated me a bit. After the lunch I dropped her back to her flat, and I went back to the office. I had a board meeting for overtaking a small construction company, named Kandak. It was a joint venture of two business families, the Lawrence and the McCarthy. Carl McCarthy and Cassidy Jones had started this company. Both are talented, but went bankrupt, and I don't want human resources to be wasted. The company had potential, but under proper guidance they'd flourish. After the meeting, I attended Skype meeting with a client. Then I left the office building by 7:30 p.m. I went home and cooked some cheese omelette and salad. I ate my food in silence. Then I toyed with my phone before sleeping. The next day, I woke up at 6 a.m. I had received a mail from Han, which reminded me I had to clear up my schedule for a fortnight to attend Han's wedding. Should I buy a kimono as well? Well, I'll see that later. I took a quick shower, wore a white shirt with gray pants and a gray waistcoat. Then I grabbed a croissant and some coffee from a 24 hours coffee shop. I went to the office. There was lack of usual commotion. Rather, it was too silent for anyone's liking. I entered my cabin and started working on my laptop. I read agreements and contracts, made amends, and signed them. Then I went through the designs Melanie had deposited. Few were very impressive. I should promote her, I think. Mrs. Serio entered with my usual espresso. Good morning, Mrs. Serio. Good morning, sir. What would you like to have for breakfast? An omelette from the Canary Cafe. Okay, sir. Thank you, Mrs. Serio. She left, and then I walked out of my cabin, when everyone wished me. I was free, so I called Mom. Hello, Ryan. How are Mom? I'm good, darling. Why don't you join me for today's luncheon at the Paradise? I wish I could, but I have to leave for Tokyo on Monday for Han's wedding, and there's loads of work to do. You work too hard, Ryan. It's nice that you're attending his wedding. You'll get a vacation and some rest. I'll come home for dinner tonight. I'll stay at the mansion as well if you want. The mansion is your home, dear. You don't have to inform me about it. Oh, by the way, Mom, could you do me a favor? Yes. Could you let me know who was the girl in red gown at the charity ball, who bidded for the twin retrievers and my farmhouse? Sorry, dear, she was the only one who wanted to keep her identity anonymous while receiving and registering. I wanted to thank her personally for her generosity, but then she had kept her identity anonymous. Oh, okay, Mom. Why did you ask? Just wanted to know her, for business purpose. Okay, bye, Mom. See you tonight. See ya, son. Then, I attended a board meeting for annual budget employees pay commission. I also attended another meeting for a housing contract in Houston. Then went through files and balance sheets. It was 7 p.m. when Mom called me to ask, what would I like to have for dinner? I told her to make lasagna. That was when I noticed it was too late, and time for me to leave. My childhood home is a waterfront mansion. It is a huge estate, and is located on the outskirts. So it'd be an hour's drive. I arrived at the mansion. It looked as beautiful as ever. I was welcomed by Lionel, my mom's butler. I sat on the plush sofa when my mom entered with 2 mojitos in her hand. Darling, she hugged me. I kissed her cheeks. She offered me a glass of mojito, it was refreshing. Your dad will be here in some time. The farmhouse in Bahamas is beautiful. Bran loved it. He is very proud of you, son, you've really flourished our business, and set the mark really high. I'm flattered, Mom. I chuckled, I'll go and arrange the food on the dining. Would you like to help me? Sure, Mom. This house was built by my father. I'll make one when I plan to have a family. Eva said, Dad. He has arrived. The food smells amazing, he said, entering the kitchen. Oh wow, that's a lovely surprise. How are you, young man? I'm good, Dad. I hugged him, when my little ball of love and happiness arrived, and hugged us. Rose was always energetic. She wore a love green dress. And looked cute as ever. Mom had cooked chicken and mushroom lasagna, with Caesar salad, meatballs, and roasted potatoes. She had also baked a blueberry cheesecake for dessert. It was delicious. After having dessert, all of us sat down in the living room. We had wine, and we chatted for some time. Rose studied fashion designing at Yale, and was now working for Christian Dior. I retired soon as I was tired. Chapter 9. It was a Saturday. Weekends were busier in hotel business. I had to go for field visits in the Paradise branches all over Miami. So I wore a long skirt and a shirt, got my bag ready, and went to West Palm Beach first along with David. It was 6 in the morning. The city looked ethereal. After West Palm Beach, we visited Lakeland. It was a 2.5-hour drive. I had breakfast at the hotel. Then I visited Orlando, which was an hour's drive. After checking it, we drove to Tampa. I had my lunch in the hotel at Tampa. The Paradise in Tampa specializes in seafood chowder. I had roasted tiger prawns and cranberry spinach salad. David had smoked tuna sandwiches. It was 1:45 p.m. by my watch. Next we drove to Port Charlotte. I met Helena, my old friend, and the in charge of the hotel in Port Charlotte. Then finally, we drove back to Miami. We reached there by 6. The field trip was very tiring. I changed into a comfy night dress and dozed off as soon as I hit the bed. My sleep was broken by my doorbell. It was Lily and Melissa. They looked really hot. Lily wore a blue off-shoulder dress, and Melissa wore black hot pants and a crop top. They both wore killer boots. Was I forgetting something? Oh shit. What the hell, Char? Said Mel. You promised me, said Lily. I forgot. I answered sheepishly. Go get ready, bitch. We'll choose an outfit for you as a punishment. Okay. They entered my wardrobe and came out after 5 minutes with my black short dress. I wore it and paired it up with golden heels and accessories. I applied golden eyeshadow and scarlet lipstick. I was ready for partying. We drove to Night Angels Club. I drank tequila shots, while they had vodkas. We danced a bit when a guy named Kyle approached me. He was the owner of the club. He was tall, well-built, and handsome man. He danced with me. Then went for another round of drinks. I was enjoying it. Then I realized I needed a break. I did enjoy my business, but I haven't stopped working even for once in all these years. Maybe a small vacation would refresh my mind. I'll have to attend the inauguration of the hotel in Tokyo next Friday. I think I should go a week ahead. Yes, that's right. I should. I'll get my tickets booked for Monday. I'll ask Mom to look after the company for a few days. I texted Mom. Not sure if she'd be awake. She's still in New York. Mommy, I'm thinking of taking a vacation. My phone pinged after a few seconds. That's great, sweetie. You should go out and have some fun. Where would you like to go? Switzerland, Australia, Maldives, Hawaii? Japan, Mom. I'll be leaving Monday morning. Should I come back home? No, Mom. I'll be back soon. You going along with your friends? Nope. Alone. Why, dear? Take someone along. No, Mom, I need some me time. A little peace. If you say so, baby. But take care. Call us if you need anything. Sure. I love you. I hanged up. When I looked around, both Lily and Melissa were wasted. I drove them back to my home. I packed some of my clothes. Maybe I should go shopping tomorrow. I went to the bathroom and took my black wig out. My red hairs cascaded over my breasts. I looked at my mirror carefully, taking my hazel contact lens out, exposing the blue. This was me. The real me. Only Mom/Dad had seen me this way. In my childhood, I was bullied for my unique appearance, so I started getting disturbed, and so Mom and Dad helped me out to get a makeover and change schools. My Mom and Dad found my original self more beautiful. But then I was more comfortable this way. But I want to spend my vacation the way I want. And I want to be myself. I put on my stuff back. I changed into the same night dress and went to sleep. The next day, I sent an email to everyone to visit office at 10 p.m. for a small meeting. I wore a white formal dress and drove to the office. I announced my vacation, and instructed everyone with jobs and things to be done. Then I went out for shopping. I bought a few sundresses, shorts, tops, jeans, swimsuits, lingerie, and night suits. I also bought sandals, bags, makeup, and accessories. I had lunch, and then I stayed packing my bags with Coco and Maria's help. I had cooked chicken soup and tropical salad, with pineapple vinaigrette. We had lunch together. I continued packing my stuff. Maria handed me my ticket. She also packed my work bag, my laptop. She will keep on mailing me important work, or else I'm in do not disturb mode. Then I packed my head bag where I kept my contact lenses and other important stuff. I ordered pizzas for dinner. I slept early. Before sleeping, I got my phone and iPad plugged into my charger. I had set the 5 o'clock alarm. I got my clothes ready. I changed into shorts and tank top and slept. Chapter 10. Ryan Spencer. I slept in my old room. It was as prim and proper as before. Mom got all the rooms cleaned every day. When I woke up, I could smell pancakes, bacon, and eggs. I had my breakfast. I took a quick shower and got ready for office. I wore a light yellow shirt and black pants. I rolled the sleeves and left the first 2 buttons open. Before going to Japan, I must spend some time with Karina as well. It was a Sunday. Still, I went to the office and read and sign contracts. I packed all the files I'd required to attend there. I asked Mrs. Serio to make necessary video call meetings and give me a brief every day. I had packed my luggage beforehand. I called Karina and called her for lunch at my office. The office was vacant anyway, because of Sunday. And I have a room. I ordered Chinese for both of us. I ordered jiaozi, dumplings, Hunan chicken, kung pao chicken, and fried rice. My beautiful girlfriend arrived. She wore a black deep neck dress. I could see her beautiful cleavage. She looked sexy in it. After Mrs. Serio got my table clear, I locked my office door. I lifted the sex goddess like a caveman. When she tried to get down, I swatted her behind. Ah, she cried. I did it again. She moaned. I entered my room and dropped her on the bed. I opened my shirt and pants, as I was already uncomfortable. I was left in boxers with my prominent boner. Karina looked at my body hungrily. She traced my abs and kissed my lips. I kissed her back with equal fervor. I sided her dress a little, and her boobies popped out. I squeezed them, then I sucked them. I lifted her dress and took her panties off. And her pussy was so wet and ready for me. Tossing my undies aside, I fucked Karina hard and made her come twice. Then we laid on my bed side by side, when I told her I was visiting Tokyo for a fortnight. She didn't seem much affected. After she left, I read a few more files and signed them. I called Melanie to brief her everything. Also, Dad would take care of the office in my absence. Kevin Megan, my vice president, will also take care of everything. Before going home, I visited the Cartier and bought a gift for Misato. She'd like it. I also bought coupons for holiday cruise in the Mediterranean Sea for them. I came back home. I read a report at home and called Kevin for its revision. Then my maid served some chicken casserole for dinner. I slept early as I had a morning flight. My 4 a.m. alarm buzzed. I took a quick shower, brushed my hairs. It's gonna be a long flight. I wore comfy jogger pants with t-shirt. I wore my Tissot watch, my Calvin Klein aviators, and I was ready to go. I reached the airport on time. As soon as I entered the boarding area, I could see Han and his family. Han wore a khaki shorts and t-shirt. We boarded the flight. I bought a Forbes and a few business magazines. In the flight I sat and indulged myself in the magazine. Then I dozed off. "Cinderella, you're beautiful," I said. She giggled. Her giggles are music to my ears. "Why Cinderella?" she asked. "Because you never stay long to be known. You just disappear like Cinderella. Please take your mask off. I wanna see you." She smiled, and I took it as a yes. This girl smells divine. When I was about to remove her mask, I could hear someone telling me to get up. I opened my eyes to see a hostess. She was here to serve lunch. Damn. But I could still smell her. Was she really here, or am I hallucinating? I had my lunch and dozed back.